in. Like, bust out of there, man.
Right. And so I understand, like, look, it's hard to leave a job, but I totally get it. Like, you have to do what makes you happy. So,
yes.
Well, you have been part of many iconic shows, as you say. Everybody Hates Chris. How was that experience?
Oh my gosh, that experience was the first time I experienced being number one on the call sheet. It was the first time I experienced playing a mother. And I was kind of a little down about it because I'm like, oh, once you play a mother, you're always going to play a mother. And that's exactly what happened. I've been a mother ever since. But then I said, no, you know what? There's a way that I can convey being a mother. Because, this is the new age mother. There's a mother that, like, there are people that, well, back then, it was 2016. My daughter was only 2 years old when I did, how old was she when I did Everybody Hates Chris? No, she was young when I did 101. I did the show called 101. So by the time I was on Everybody Hates Chris, I was still a new mother. So I didn't really have a lot of experience being a mom. So I kind of incorporated my mom, my grandmother, and my aunt, all the matriarchs in my family. That's who Rochelle was. But playing Pam, I was just single, feeling myself, thinking I'm a hot girl. So that was easy to play. But by the time I got to do Everybody Hates Chris, it was a lot of work, working with kids. It was the first time when you work with kids, they can only work a certain amount of hours a day. So sometimes I'll, be acting to styrofoam heads or, somebody from the crew sitting there pretending to be a kid, so it was a great experience though. I think Ali Leroy and Chris Rock did an amazing job with that show, and that show kept its integrity and what it was meant to do. Chris Rock loved his father. His father passed away. So even with creating the character Julius that Terry Crews played, they're very staunch about, no, he's got to be this way. We don't get to see a lot of Black men in Black male roles that mean something, that resonates. So, and that are all stories, and that is a story that we can tell. So I think I've definitely been blessed being a part of these shows and just working with amazing people.
Was Chris Rock really involved? Like, what did you learn from him from that experience?
Chris he's another closeted smart guy. Chris is brilliant. He's a very, very smart man, knows what he wants, just has a great comedic sensibility, awesome writer. But it's about his life. So he knew exactly what he wanted. So like sometimes I'll be on set and just, call out lines to me to say without me even seeing him. So he was definitely, in the beginning, he was like hands-on. And then, he's an actor as well. He's got to go make money other places. So, but every day was Ali Leroy. He was, the showrunner. So Ali Leroy definitely held it down.
Do you still keep in touch with like Terry Crews, Chris Rock, like from that?
Everybody. Life is about building good relationships. And I've been blessed to have great relationships with people, because that's half the business. It's like, I think the reason why I'm able to work is because I can work with anybody.
It was such a good show. I loved Everybody Hates Chris, or Everybody. Yes, it was so good. What about like, just the whole Oscar slap and everything Chris went through? And I mean, like, he's using it in his act now, which, I mean, Joan Rivers used to always say like, nothing is off limits for comedians. I mean, I remember she used to make jokes like after certain people passed away, like, is anything off limits for comedians? And
I feel the same way. I feel that, if you're a human, you understand if you're hurting somebody else's feelings, or if you're going too far. Comedy, because I love comedy so much, if it's funny, it's funny. If it's not, it's not. But that's relative, because we all don't find the same things funny. But one of the reasons why I never became a stand-up is because that's just a muscle that I'm a comedic actress. But watching all the greats, I went to see Dave Chappelle, Eddie Griffin, Chris Rock. I love going to the comedy clubs, watching, because it's a fearless occupation. And but it's a way where you can convey how you feel about life and you tell your story of what you've gone through laughter. And that's not easy to do. So you have a lot of people that, you know, they make certain decisions. People may like it, people may not, but I tend to mind my business. Gotta mind your business. People go through what they go through. If they ask you how you feel about it, then you express yourself. But other than that, no one cares. Your business, mind your business, stay out of other people's business.
That's a good way to live.
Yeah, I stay out of people's.
Well, Ooh Baby Baby is, you know, like I said, it's on BET Her as part of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You know, I had the pleasure of having Fran Drescher on this show twice.
Franny, we love Franny.
What was it like to play Fran Drescher's best friend in Happily Divorced?
I just loved it. You know, you got two Queens girls, which was really, really cool. And I actually played the role of her real friend, Judy. Her friend, Judy, is like a real person. And, you know, just, it was fun, you know, sitting there watching how Fran is like, I was like, do you ever stop? Because even when she's not on the set, she's doing something, like she's just nonstop. And now she's the president of After SAG. So I'm a SAG after. Oh God, they're gonna kill me for saying that. For SAG after. So I just appreciate her work ethics. You know, Fran Drescher is definitely a pioneer. You know, she's been in the game a long time and she knows that game. So I was very appreciative of her because she's funny. You know, it's just great watching her. And Michael Higgins. Michael Higgins is brilliant. So funny. Rita Moreno. I mean, just, it was great cast. So I had a blast in Happily Divorced. I did. I had a lot of fun.
Were you a fan of The Nanny before that?
Yes, I used to watch The Nanny for Fran's outfits. I was like, oh, what is she gonna wear today?
I mean, it was set in Queens, like she was from Queens, you know, like what is there a part, like I said, like you started in All My Children, you've done Broadway, now you've directed, like, is there I mean, you've sang, you had a residency in Beverly Hills last year. Is there a part of this business that you still want to try that you haven't done? It seems like you've done everything.
Broadway. When I did Little Shop of Horrors, I did Little Shop of Horrors after I did the movie. I did it. I had the great experience of doing it at the Orpheum Theater. And so to have that experience is great. You know, I've done a lot of theater, but I've never done Broadway. Never.
Wow.
So we'll see. Maybe sometime in the near future, I'll get an opportunity to do Broadway, at least for a little while. But other than that, no, I kind of take my career as it comes. As my career comes to me and the opportunities come to me, I just, you know, kind of, you know, go with it, go with the flow.
Well, you're also busy with your day job on The Neighborhood. I mean, you land on such great shows. What is so great about it? Like how is this experience different than some of the other comedies you've been in?
Well, this experience is the first time I'm on a major network. You know, when I did Martin was on Fox, but Fox was an independent network. It wasn't a major network back then. So me being on a major network, and then CBS, watching how CBS operates, you know, it's long.